Hi everyone, welcome to Sunday Runday. I'm Brett for Run Queensland, and today I'm here with two Blackall 100 legends. The birthday boy himself, that's why I've got the party hat on, David Elms and Joe Van Gorp. They come down from just south of Cairns. Dave's running every Blackall 100, and it's his birthday today. And Joe will join the 500 club this year. I think you've only missed one Blackall 100, if I'm correct, Joe.
Yeah, I didn't finish in 2015 and I did 70k in 2017 due to torrential conditions.
Yes, I remember that one really well. One of my greatest memories from that is, Dave's done all 6. Happy birthday, Dave.
Thanks, Brett.
Mate, the reason I asked you two guys to come and have a chat was, I think on a lot of our posts over the years, we've seen this hashtag Beat Dave. And had a few people ask me, what is hashtag Beat Dave? So can you guys, or Dave, I suppose we'll kick off with you, it's your birthday. You guys obviously run together up there. I know you're in a running club. So do you want to give us your understanding of hashtag Beat Dave and where that came from?
Yes, I do a lot of my running and training with this evil person called Joe. I'll leave it at that. I won't take the sledging too far today because we'll never know how bad this could get. But I think it was because I dragged her from 17k to 100. No, sorry, let's put it that way. Joe had done a 17k trail race and I convinced her to do 100k when she was only going to do the 50 because I figured it was too far to go down to Blackall and just run 50, so you may as well do 100 since we're coming from so far away.
Yeah.
And she decided she was going to beat me, but she has beat me several times, but I've finished more than her.
Well, you've done the most kilometres in the race's history. I think there's only yourself, Stewie Grills, and Andy Speakman, I think, if I'm correct now, that have done all 6. So I think that's...
Oh, right.
So you know every...
I've done more... Yeah, I would have done more different courses than those guys because I made up first year.
So
we went the wrong way from checkpoint 4 to checkpoint 5. We won't tell anybody that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we learned a lot in that first year, I can tell you. So,
I
Joe,
would have been in 2016 too, but I got lost.
I was going to come to that later on, actually. I've got that written down here because that's another one of my highlights, actually. And I'll tell you, when I had a look through the results about that, but you did start hashtag Beat Dave, Joe. And I remember when you crossed the line, I'm not sure it was last year because you had a cracking run, didn't you? You did a PB by a mile. And you said to me...
2018.
Oh, 2018. And I haven't sworn on this yet. I'm going to. You said, I beat that old bastard today when you crossed the line. I know. And it's your birthday.
Oh, that's mean.
Are you okay, though?
I'm devastated.
Well, I'm not going to...
All I said was I beat Dave.
Yeah, okay.
I just have to do a PB this year then.
Yeah. One of the things that I suppose, the other reason I wanted to chat to, that I think you guys come down every year, it's like a big party, well, for me, and to catch up with all these guys that run around. And I'd love to run it with you guys one day, but watching you guys every year come down, stay at the place, and it's such a fun time. And you two, I suppose we've done it individually, chatted to people, but I think, the experience that you guys bring to every year is something that makes my, I guess, heart sing. So do you guys want to talk a little bit about why you come down every year and do the race?
It's just such a fun race, and logistically it's so simple with accommodation on the start-finish line. When you've finished the race, you can just wander back to your room. Meals are provided. It's literally, it's the perfect package. It's a no-brainer. It's like the ultimate in events, and it's such a great course, great run, great people putting it on. it's unbeatable. Just wish I could go faster.
Do you know the Bluff's got it? Do you know the Bluff's
Oh,
got
I
a little
don't.
bit higher?
I saw that, and I think it's one of those it's the cowbell conspiracy, like that Christopher Walken. We need more cowbell.
Yeah.
So we associate cowbell with this race. That's probably like we need more hill. Somebody's going, yep, we need more hill.
Well, it's more to make the race flow a little bit better for especially the 50K guys. So we think that'll improve it. But yeah, look, it's stunning though. You'll enjoy it. It's beautiful that bit. But it's a little bit higher. But anyway, that's how it is.
So lovely.
What about for you, Joe? What about coming down for you? What is it for you to sort of come down and spend time for the weekend there?
Well, it's really exciting every time I beat Dave, of course, but it is more than that. It's like a family event. It's just the whole camaraderie there. You meet so many people on course. Everyone's feeling it. It's no matter whether you're elite or whether you're back of the field, everyone's chatting to you. Everyone's giving you 100% in like, keep going. You've got this. There's never a dull moment on course. There's never a bad vibe. It's always positive and everyone's in a good zone, happy place, and it's spectacular regardless of the weather. We have had every single condition, I think, except snow. We've had bushfires, we've had floods, we've had a muddy course, a dry course, a hot course, a cold course, you name it. And it is just brilliant. And it doesn't matter what it is. It's always a brilliant weekend. It is truly my favourite weekend of the year. I know everyone who I work with, all my colleagues will say, how long is this going to last? Because at Runners High is just phenomenal after that weekend.
Yeah, I think last year I remember you just Dave's the same too, but I think when you walk through that bloody trees that the Q Triple had set up to enter, the big smile on your face, I think that's another thing, you kind of see the first timers that are going to do this stuff with the apprehension on their face. You two walk in, big glow on your face. It's just so much fun. That's the thing I kind of get from you guys. It's the joy that you bring. So the other thing, we've talked about that wet weather, Dave. This one's for you. I know, Joe, you dropped down to the 70. You were having a lot of trouble that day. I think if I remember correctly, your lips had turned blue.
And you said, oh, you should get off the course. And I said, can you come back in like 5 minutes? I promise not to argue.
Yeah.
Just give me 5 more minutes. I want to try and run. And and then I said, oh, look, I don't think I can do this anymore. And I can feel myself just starting to, start that, I'm going to have to call it as tough as it is.
Now, look, I'm going to swear this time. We were talking to people, we made a decision that day about, people wanted to just finish the race. They could drop down to 70K, which because of the flood, we changed the course. You had to do a second loop of 30Ks, the same. I went past Dave and I said, mate, look, you're welcome to drop down to the 70. And he looked at me and he said, Brett, you can get F. He said, I'm having the best day. I didn't even swear. I still said, get F. I'm having the best day out here. And I think what I'd like you to talk about, Dave, if you could, is I remember you had a thermal top on and there was a lot of people that were shivering. They came underprepared. I mean, I don't think you need to carry a thermal top, but you knew what those conditions were like. Maybe it's your experience in ultra running too, but you really sorted yourself out while it was cold. And when that stars came out and that cloud cleared, it became a beautiful night for running. And by that time, I think you told me that night you did an hour and a half PB. Do you want to talk a little bit about gear?
Oh, I honestly can't even remember what I was wearing, but it was brutally cold coming back into checkpoint 5 from where you drop, from where you'd go, the little T junction where you drop back down into checkpoint 5.
Yeah,
that was the coldest bit of the course for me, coming into there. That's where I nearly lost it in there. But once I got out of that, I wasn't too bad. But
you had a thermal top.
Probably did have a thermal top or something on. I don't know. I might have had a rain jacket too. Kept a lot of it out. But
and you had an orange top. I think I watched when you were coming along Mapleton Forest Road, heading back to checkpoint 4. and you weren't shivering at all. And I thought you could see that you'd prepared enough to put the gear on. I think it's really important when you come to the Blackall 100 is to make sure you got kind of all that thermal gear. And if you've been doing other races around the place, you've probably got that lying around anyway. I think it's worth bringing because that weather change, I mean, I think it went from about 36 degrees a few days before it or something, and then just dropped really quick. And it took so many people out. It was really full on that weather that day.
It was that horrible and that cold. I was making jokes about leaving whiskey in a drop bag the next year.
And he did too.
I didn't put it in the drop bag. I took it with me. I didn't put it in. I don't know. I didn't drink any alcohol on course, but it was that horrible. I was like, I was sorely tempted to do it.
Yeah.
Because it was nasty.
So what have you
as
guys...
a result of that year, sorry,
Yeah.
as a result of 2017, last year, I thought, oh yeah, it's going to be, I was looking at the weather prior and it said thunderstorms, it's going to be pretty crappy weather, which was actually, Dave was very excited about because he knows how much I hate thunder. And so I had wet weather gear in every single drop bag, and I did change my run jacket and my socks, and that was it slowed me down a little bit, but then also I then picked up time because I wasn't going to be worrying about getting cold, because that's coming from up here when it's slightly warmer than down there. It is a massive difference for me when I'm running anyway. That cold, once that gets in, I can't get warm.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of still sweat underneath, but yeah.
Yeah, but you get that chill still coming through, and it's like, oh, nah. Once that's there. But last year with those thunderstorms nearby, I had the weather tracker going, which was, Dave thought was very funny. And I was there was lots of banter going on before the race because of the storms that were brewing, and I'm panicking, and Dave's like, yep, I'm going to get you this time. And I was like, no. And I remember coming into checkpoint 2 and you talking to me, and I'm like, hang on, I haven't got time to talk. I've got to beat Dave. Like, Dave's ahead of me. And we did have a chat for about 5 minutes because there was an issue down around Condalilla somewhere. And I said to you, that's okay, I'm going to beat Dave by checkpoint 3. And I did, I got him. And I thought, oh, good, we might be able to finish together. And then I thought, nah, stuff him. And and I'm just like, yep, that's it. It's on.
But it was quite funny though, Greg.
He's going to get me one year.
You're talking about all the gear. The aeroplane that Joe came in on had a trailer on the back of it.
You don't. I mean, we don't have much gear. We don't have much compulsory gear, but I think if you're training properly and you're kind of looking and researching, you certainly would bring a little bit of gear with you just in case. I mean, you're not going to need that kind of for your legs and all that. I mean, wet weather, I'd definitely bring salt because at times you can get that odd leach down there. So, I mean, they drop off pretty quick, but, you know, that's what it is in the rainforest. So.
Oh, no, like I carry Zen, magnesium spray, I've got insect stuff, I've got my snake bandages, I've got walking first aid kit. So, I know a few people have said, oh, I wish someone had some Zen during Blackall. And I'm like, stop, here you go, spray some Zen, run on.
Isn't that a cool thing, though, how people do that for each other as well? Like, I love that. That's
what I mean. Like, there is no, like, it's almost not a race in a way. It's everyone is just out there helping the other people get along, and you know, whether it's your first time or your 100th ultra, it doesn't matter. Everyone's in that same space of, you know, same mind space and that. So it's brilliant. Yeah. And you always you meet new people every year, and they're friends for life.
Yeah.
Like there's the regulars that go down, like Neil Colley. Hi Neil. And there's some new runners. Like I've met people like just at the checkpoints, whether they've been volunteers or other runners, and I'm still talking to them now, and that's like since 2014.
What about
like that?
Speaking about friends, what about your friend in 2016? I can't remember his name. When you got lost at 98.5 kilometres.
Baz. Has he been back?
And I said, Baz, I'll get you another entry. And I never heard boo. And I'm sure he's just like, no, you crazy woman. I am so not going anywhere near you ever again.
Talk us a little bit about that one. I think that's a classic. I get this phone call because you guys that year were the last guys across the line. It must have been about
23 hours, I think.
Yeah, 23:15. I had a look this morning. So it must have been about 4 o'clock in the morning. So we're not far from sunrise again. And you said, ring me. You said, Brett, there's not a hill, is there, really, about 1.5 km from the finish? And I'm like, no, there's
Where
not.
the hell are you?
And you said it's a sealed road. And I'm like, oh my God, she's gone down to Baxter Creek again. I said, are you in Baxter Creek? You said, no, I'm at someone's house. And that's a massive hill. And I just burst out laughing. Anyway, this poor bloke led around the track, and I don't know where you've gone. I think you went past the cross and everything. But anyway, that happens. But it's one of those stories.
And then Dave tells me every year, you've got to turn back there, you've got to turn back there.
Yeah, it finishes on Obi Road.
But I was so excited in 2017 because I actually gave someone the right directions. And I was like, I'm impressed.
But that poor Baz, though, I was having a real sook. For the first time in a run, I was sitting down having a real big self-centered little moan session to myself at checkpoint 5. I was even thinking about pulling the pin. And Baz was like, yeah, come on, look, come in with me. I'm going slow, And he ended up going off with Joe, and she led him astray, and I ended up finishing and passing him. Special thanks to the crew chief at 8.5, who told me there was nothing wrong with me to get the F off out of there. And I did.
That's right, because when you crossed, did you ask yourself, where's Joe? Is she finished?
Because, I thought she was at the finish line, but it was her sister. And I thought, Joe's looking really sprightly at the finish line here. And it took me a few seconds to realise it wasn't Joe. And they said, where's Joe? And I thought, I don't know, I didn't pass her. Yeah, she was taking the tourist scenic route with this poor Baz who had a really crooked thing. I don't think I've seen him since. Actually, I don't know. His son might have been there last year or something. But
yeah, maybe.
Cruel. It's just like, never put faith in vegans. That's all I can say. I'm talking about Joe.
So what have you guys been doing with all the races that have been cancelled and stuff like that? Are you guys just running like a lot, or a little bit, or just sort of chilling out more at the moment? Dave,
well, a little bit of both. But you know what? We went on an adventure the other day, and about 20 metres from the road, we got lost, and and you want to see the Garmin tracking because it's pretty funny. But in our defence, it was at night time, and the headlights were, our head torches weren't shining too far into the trees, so it's a little bit hard to see, and it was a little bit of drizzle and that. But yeah, it was all right. We knew where we were. We knew we were safe because we could see house lights, but we didn't want to end up in anyone's backyard, so it was all good.
To be fair, my superpower is getting lost.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, so you see these two guys on the trail at Blackall and you want directions, don't ask them. They So obviously there'd be no events up your way or anything like that too at the moment?
No, they've all been cancelled, but there's some virtual runs happening in July. So and there's a virtual run this weekend. That's a fundraiser for a local animal shelter. So we're going to do that. And I think there's been 4 or 5 events up here cancelled.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy time, but...
So in July, 3 marathons in 3 days is a virtual run. That'll be pretty good.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Mark the track or just run in circles?
No, we'll actually go up and run over the course.
Yeah,
okay. It'll be a slightly new course this year, so it's all trail marathons. So we'll run over that and test it out, see what it's going to be like for next year.
That sounds
by doing that, as a virtual run this year, they let us keep the number up. So then we do it next year. It'll be my 10th year for the 3 marathons in 3 days, which is a really great event, and people should come up and try.
Yeah, yeah. So I haven't had a look at the entries. Are you guys entered for this year to come down again?
Yes. On the day it opened.
Yeah, it's tradition.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had
The day it opened, I booked my entry, got my airfare, got it all sorted, booked the room. I was devastated we missed out on a room with an ensuite, but never mind. So
yes,
got the 4 share. So yeah, I think there's still 2 beds available there. So because my sister, she can't run at the moment, so she's going to be down and out for the 50, unfortunately.
yeah.
And yeah, so I'm trying to convince another friend up here to come down. So I'm working on that one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see
Trying
what
to do that long way. It's a long way for 50. You should do the 100.
Yeah, I reckon.
Some people aren't as crazy as me.
Oh, look, I think a lot of people freak out about it. I think once you're on the track, all you can do is find out if you're going to kind of make it. I mean, it's as long as you do your training and stuff like that. You know, we've had people that walk the whole thing.
Well,
it's so beautiful, though. Like, it's so beautiful, you forget where you are.
Yeah.
There's sandwiches, pies fresh out of the oven. There's been iced coffee. There's been all sorts of wonderful things at those checkpoints. Who can complain? It's just a mobile eating party.
Yeah, it is too. Yeah, it's good fun. There'll be a few different changes with checkies and stuff like that too. Like we probably move the checkpoint 5 is going to move down to the Coolabin Dam car park. So where you turn right, and you'll lose the out and back. You'll lose the out and back now because we've added more on at the front to make up for the 50Kers. So you'll be able to go straight along Mapleton Forest Road now once you do your loop around the dam. So that'll become like a smaller checkpoint there as well. So yeah, there's a lot of changes, and there'll be when you go into the dam, there's a little bit of trail in there. So we're hopeful that we can get right along the whole of that dam, and you won't have to run along Coolabin Road. You know, when you leave checkpoint 5 there.
Yep.
So that should make it a lot more pleasant for the runner to go along that. You can run along the top of the dam wall, which will be a lot more aesthetically pleasing too.
Oh, right, yeah. Actually, that's been one of the very interesting things watching the race evolve. Every year there's been improvements made. Like, it was great from year 1, but then you just see every year it's just picked up. It's gotten better and better every year, which is wonderful to see.
One of the things we try to do is take on any feedback we get. You know, like there's always, I'm pretty sure early on you might have sent us an email, Dave, with some in one of the first couple of years with some ideas and stuff. We try to work on if we can implement it, and then we've got the people obviously to help do it. So I think it's trying to make everyone's experience pleasant's the key. So, oh my God, I'm running out of battery. Hang on.
He's gone.
Hang on.
Who should we say? Meet Joe.
I just virtually went away. Sorry. I had my thing unplugged.
All good.
All right. So anyway, to finish up our talk today, I was going to, I fire off the usual question and say, other than toilet paper, what's one thing you guys can't do without on the trail?
Zen.
What is Zen? I think I know what it is, but tell me about Zen.
It's a muscle spray.
Yes.
And it smells so good, but the downside of it, if I spray that, Dave knows I've been there. So it's like dropping cookies on the trail. Joe's been here.
Yeah,
it's like a dog mark in the territory.
Yeah. What about you, Dave? Other than toilet paper, what's one of the things you can't do without on the trail?
Orange.
Orange.
The colour orange. You always in orange.
You are always in orange too. 100%.
That's it. Everything else there's got to be some orange.
Do you like eating oranges?
Yeah, I don't mind them, but it's just, I don't know. For some reason or other, I just fell in love with the colour orange, so everything's orange. You know, yep. Just like this is my favourite Blackall shirt. Year 2, number 2. I think it was.
Tell me that. Get the orange one again. So Well, happy birthday again, mate. And it's really nice seeing you guys. And I look forward to seeing you in October again. And yeah, thanks for spending your Sunday with me.
Awesome. We could have
can't
been around
wait.
the fire pit, but we're not.
Beg your pardon?
We could have been around the fire pit, but we're not.
Oh, yeah, the fire pit. I know, it's been a bit wet here for the fire at the moment.
Looks like a nice spot to kick back late at night, have a few lemon sherbets.
It is, mate. All right, guys, we'll take care and I'll talk to you soon.
Rightio, thanks,
Excellent.
Brett.
Cheers.
See you
See ya.
guys.
Yeah.